to this problem, how many branches you find? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Naturally, there are 6 branches, 6 currents you are supposed to find out. For me, as we are aware, if I find 2 unknown, 2 KVL equations are necessary to solve the issue. If I have 6, definitely become very cumbersome. Hence, we shall try to distribute the variables such that if 3 closed loop equation I can generate from this problem, 3 basic variable if I assign, remaining branch current I can connect by algebraic relationship of the first 3. In that context, I can make use of this technique by issuing number of variables to 3 only. Let us take x, y, z be my variables which I am going to allocate to this. If I start marking, let x be the current flowing through this 8 ohm, which is leaving the source and expecting it to come back from here. If I want x to come back from here. Then once x appears to a junction G over here, it finds a path. Then I can assign, let there be some portion of the current x, say y, rush towards h, remaining current which will go upward, x minus y. So this kind of division of current at this G I can work out. Let's say if y appears at junction h, it finds again a division. So part of the current which is y, some current may take up upward direction and some current may go towards D. Or out of the x minus y which comes out and reach this point, x minus y reach this point, it will find two branches, one downward, another towards C. So out of the x minus y, some current may go down and remaining may leave towards C. So there is a situation, I can take either from the y perspective, there is a branching, or from the x minus y perspective, from the junction B, there is a division. You have a liberty of choosing your assignment. Let us take out of the y over here, let us take z, leave upward. It's an assumption. Unless it is given you the instruction, you can assume this. So if z ampere go up, then what has to go over here? This becomes y minus z ampere. Then look at this junction H, z is leaving upward and x minus y here. X minus y coming from the A to B and it is getting with the z addition over here. Then what is exactly going out here is x minus y plus z along this. X minus y plus z. Then this x minus y plus z rush to this junction D like this. And this y minus rush to this. If I take addition of these two, y minus z with x minus y plus z, z and y cancel away here. What leave down is x. Then distribution of variables has gone perfectly. So by this way, I have assigned 3 variables x, y, z. I may call them as I1, I2, I3 if I would have done it. Once it is being generated, now my issue is to look forward for writing the KVL equation. Let me write here KVL equation. KVL equation for, I just mark 1, 2, 3. Let us mark this as loop number 1 and let us mark this as loop number 2. Let us mark this as loop number 3. I mark this as 1. Sorry, I mark this as 2. I mark this as 3. 1, 2, 3. Then I have marked the direction with the easiness that leaving from the positive and getting back to the negative of the source make me easier to write KVL equation. Algebraic sum of the voltages equal to mean electromotive forces is equal to algebraic sum of the IR product. Therefore, what I will do, I will take up this closed loop. What is the closed loop? It is G, H, D, E, F, one path, very heavy, for G, H, D, E, F. What I can write? If I go around this, algebraic sum of the electromotive forces is just 10 equal to. Okay. Then, when I go in the same direction of clockwise, I find the branch current marked along the x-axis is also, along the 8 ohm is also in the same direction x. I can write this becomes 8x. Then when I come to this point, I am moving right side and the current y which is marked here is also moving along with me. So I am moving along this clockwise and y is also moving towards the right of this. 3y. When I move from H to D, 7 ohm, Y minus Z is also moving along with my path. Then I will be writing plus 7 outside Y minus Z. Then I will arrange them on the hierarchy of X, Y, Z. It becomes 8X plus 10Y minus 7Z as equation number 1. Similarly, I take up the second equation from this. So when I go around this closed loop, I will find 0. So therefore I write here KVL equation for the loop here AB HG like this. Then I get 0 equal to, because no voltage source here. Then I start from here 4x minus y and I take this branch. When I come down, I am trying to go down, but Z is rushing upward, opposite to my direction. Hence, I will be using minus 5 times Z. Then when I come to H and go towards my next point, I am going along the 3 ohm. It is opposite to me as I am traveling. Then again this also becomes minus 3y. This if I resolve 4x minus 4 minus 3, it becomes minus 7y and minus 5z as my equation 2. Similarly, for this third loop, KVL for KVL equation for B, C, B, C, D, H. This loop. Again, I will not find any voltage source. I begin with 0 equal to. I start from here. 6 ohm, current flowing to 6 ohm, x minus y plus z is in the same direction as I am decided. Then I will have 6 outside, x minus y plus z. When I come down to this D and towards H, when I go, 7 ohm and current, they are opposite to my journey here. Then I will write minus 7 y minus z. When I take my journey from H towards B, what I find, I am trying to go upward and Z is also going upward to me. Therefore, it is 5 into Z which is plus. When I was working with the closed loop 2, you could see here, it was minus 5Z because here I was going down, just coming up. When I am working with respect to loop number 3, I am going upward and current is also going upward. Hence, it became plus 5Z over here. When I simplify this, this becomes 6x, 6 and 7 minus 13y, 6 and 7. Again it is 13, 13 plus 5. Plus 5 means 18. This is equation 6. Solve above equation. If I solve these equations, what I am supposed to get? I am supposed to get value of x, y and z. If I solve this, the value of x results to be with the calculator, or suppose if you use a matrix mode or equation mode of operation in the calculator, you are able to get this solution. So I have the numerical solutions with me. The value of x results with the value 0.4 0.770 ampere. Value of Y results to me 0.412 ampere, and value of Z refers to 0.040 ampere. These are my basic solutions which I get from the solution from MATLAB, any tool or even calculator. Now what is my ultimate reach here? Find branch current. What I got is X, Y, Z. How about remaining three? Yes, I should say branch current. BC's R. I 8 ohm is equal to X. I 3 ohm is equal to Y. I 5 ohm is equal to Z. I 4 ohm is equal to X minus Y. I 7 ohm is equal to Y minus Z. I 6 ohm. I 6 ohm is equal to X minus Y plus Z. I have to compute these things. If I compute these things, let us say 8 ohm, it becomes 0.770 ampere. This becomes 0.412 ampere. This becomes 0.040 ampere. Then how about these things? You have to calculate. Let us do it and work it out. With the help of calculator, you can do it. Let us make the approach. What is this X minus Y? X minus Y refers to 0.770 minus 0.412. With the help of calculator, I can result this as 0.358 ampere. What about Y minus Z? Y minus Z refers 0.412 minus 0.040. This results to 0.372 ampere. How about the last one? X minus Y plus Z, 0.770 minus Y, 0.412 plus the Z, 0.040. If I make it, it results me a value of 0.398 ampere. This is the landing point of the first question here, this heading. In the examination, it need not be all the questions, all the branch currents. Anything which is asked, we will be in a position to do, or we must be in a position to do it. So therefore, we should be careful in meeting the requirement of heading 1. Similarly, when I want to work voltage across 5 ohm, this element. What is voltage across this 5 ohm? Current flowing through that into resistance offered. It is Z into 5 give me voltage across this. The next is power consumed by 4 ohm. Power consumed by 4 ohm is here. Current flowing through this X minus Y. Square of this into 4. That's the end. Therefore, when you want to work with that kind of requirement, let us do it. So I just take out here. So V 5 ohm equal to 5 into current flowing through 5 ohm. This is 0.040. This results you a numerical content. You can do it. 0.040 into 5. It results you 0.2 volt. Then P4 ohm. P4 ohm is I square R logic. So current flowing through this is X minus Y. X minus Y is 0.358. It is 0.358 square into 4, which results you can just do it. 0.358 square into the resistance of the path. This becomes 0.513 watt. This is how you can end up with a problem. So this is how a 3-loop problem can be worked out. So that these problems will definitely give you confidence. By this you can apply, as you can see, minimum 3 closed loops you can simulate and you can do it. Hope these things will definitely help you. If I want, I can mark here A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. That's for your periphery of identification of loops. So take this as a small assignment and we can practice. Now moving to the how I had done. I calculated this current. See here, whenever current enter a branch, it creates plus polarity, gives minus, which I have conveyed is there. Then I should remember, start from the point of reference, go towards the definition of your potential in step, minus plus in that context. I wrote a comment here. Then I start working upon. I find out I1, I2 of this problem. Then Y towards X. I take a journey, you can see. When I take this I2 in this loop, minus plus. And this requires minus plus, which is not there. There is a correction here. Minus has come. Then this minus is naturally finding a plus, and not finding a minus here. It is finding plus. Then it was expected to be minus plus for me. Hence there is a compensation minus 3 times I1. Then when I substitute I1, I2 respectively, I'll get 3.7 minus. What it indicates? Potential of X is 3.7 volt lower than Y, or potential of Y is 3.7 volt higher than X. I can state like this. So you need to be very careful about VAB is the potential between these 2 points A and B. I am likely to define VAB as potential of point A with respect to potential of point B. And in case of DC circuit, when I have a polarity, a source, the lowest value, which is the reference, is always negative. Then from the point B, I should start, reach towards your point of definition, which is A. Then look from this, you have to go this way. When you take a journey, confirm B is beginning with the negative head of it. Then you will land upon a point which you want to define. Therefore, let us look into this. Point B is here, A is here. When I start my journey, is B is at reference? Yes, it is. And where is that A landing here? Then what is the potential exists here? 2. Then I can write VAB is equal to 2 volt. What is the meaning of this one? Potential of point A is 2 volt higher than point B. That's the meaning of it. Suppose this point, if I take over here, if there is a point, say C and D. C and D. Can I define V, D, C? Potential of D with respect to C, I would like to state. Is it C when I begin in this way? Beginning from negative potential? No. Is it the reference here? No. This point, potential of D, I want to define. Is the point C is right start, which is a reference like this? No. Then I expect it to be like this and it should be like this. It is my expectation in this way. Is it really there? Not there. When I assume in this way, this I simulate in my mind. If it would have been like this, and polarity of this got as per my requirement, and magnitude of this need to be reversed. Then it becomes minus 4 volt. So what is the meaning of this? Potential of D is 4 volts lower than that of C. The meaning of this is potential of point D is 4 volts lower than lower than 4 volts, lower than 0.3. That's the meaning. Similarly, when I make this, I just said I wanted in this polarity by my convention of reference and start point or destination C to D. This was not there. When I marked a circle symbol for my convenience, I took a correction here. Later, I will remove them because these are fictitious. Similarly, when I want to define, let's say, M here. Suppose if I want to define like this, V, C, M in this way. Now it's very clear. It should be like VAB. How VAB we had potential of A with respect to B. B to A I took a journey negative positive. Same way M to C when I define it is negative positive, then it will be forward directly. I'm just repeating the work of AB. Suppose if I want to define VBA, I just make a change here. I don't want to get AB, I want to get BA. Then my journey is like this. I remove the arrow. I'm just going opposite to my earlier discussion. Instead of VAB, I'm taken VBA. VBA means what? To make it clear. B to A. I should start from A, go to B, like this. When I go from A to B, my journey should be negative here, positive here. Is it so like this in the beginning only? No. I expect it to be like this and like this. As it is not there, I put them in the circle symbol. Hence, this potential require one negative sign. This will be minus 2 volt. It is not in the fashion which is expected, but it is plus and minus originally. Hence, I wrote them. Requirement is like this. It is not there. When the requirement has come in this way, it has to be negated. The meaning of this is potential of point B is 2 volts lower than point A. That's the meaning. Look into this. When I wanted to get potential of A with respect to B, A stood 2 volt higher. A stood 2 volt higher than B. When I change the subscript, you can just see here, I got negative. What it would mean? I wanted to define potential of B with respect to A. If I got minus over here, potential of B is 2 volt lower. It would mean potential of point A is 2 volt higher than point B. Is it acceptable? It is. If I say B to A minus 2, potential of B is 2 volt lower than that of A. It should otherwise say potential of A is 2 volt higher than that of. I mean to say VAB, VBA are opposite to each other. If potential of A is higher, potential of B must be lower. So in this way, a convention of minus sign appears. So I can define VBA and similarly I can define VCD, DC, D to C I got as this way. And when I make CD, exactly opposite I get. Let us do it then too. Let us make. So potential CD C to D this way, and I define from here in this way. I want this D, I take up this way. Is D is negative? Negative. Is C is positive? Positive. Done. This is just 4 volts. What it would mean? Potential of C of point C is 4 volt higher than point D. Potential of C is 4 volts higher than point D. Very simple. Similarly, I defined VCM. I just go opposite. VMC. Then I will mark here. This must be minus to me. This must be plus to me. This is what is my expectation. Then go from C to M this way. Is your journey from C is negative by beginning? No. You require correction here. When you got a correction, what is the technique? The source needs to be with one negative. Hence it will be minus 4 volt. What it would mean? Point M is 4 volt lower than C. It means point M is 4 volt lower than point C. Here what I got? This one, M to C. M to C. When I wanted no negative positive, so sorry, it was point C is 4 volt higher than point M at that time. Now this is exactly opposite to that. This way potential of the point can be defined, which I define with respect to voltage sources. And these corrections are tentative. Once you use them, you have to delete them. Okay? I just delete them because they are not marked originally. They are used for the support. That's the end. Suppose if I connect any point from this box to this box, how to find out the potential difference between them? Then we have a technique to do it. So let us go with this, having understood the potential of between 2 points or a point with respect to another. How to find out the potential of a point between or a point in one box to next box, like that. Let's do it. I just mark some points and will try to define them. I define carefully in that way. Okay. So what I will do, I will just mark X here, Y here, Z here, M here, and N here. Can you see? Some points I have marked arbitrarily. Now my question is, can you find out V, X, Y? V, X, Z. V, X, M. V, X, N. From X, I am going to all the possible things. If you want, I can mark here also. M, N, K, I write here. V, X, K. Clear? To solve this requirement, I should consider these two boxes. If the current in this path supports flowing in this way, I mark it as I1. In this, from the positive, I just take current in this way as I2. When I cut it for individual discrete analysis, is current. When I cut it here, analysis, no current rush here when I analyze it separately. Therefore, I2, I1 I can analyze separately. Later, I'll join it. Like this. Now, what is I1 for me? I1 is equal to 2 divided by 2 plus 3. This 2 by 5. This becomes 0.4 ampere. Then similarly, what is I2 for you? I2 is 4 volt divided by 3 plus 5. This is 4 by 8. This works out 0.5 ampere. Now we must remember one logic. Whenever current enters a branch, it creates a polarity or a potential drop across that particular branch. And we know very carefully, when current enters a branch, it creates a plus and it leaves minus at the exit. It means, suppose if I take a resistor here, like this, R, if there enters a current I ampere here, current through this, it creates a potential across this, like this. What is the polarity of this? The polarity of this, the entry side of this current creates plus, exit side creates minus. So this link we know from the fundamentals, which is from Ohm's law itself. Therefore, whenever current enters a branch, entry side creates a plus, exit side it leaves a minus. That is the polarity of the potential used across that element. This we need to remember for our present requirement. Suppose I have been given simply like this way polarity. Let's say this way. Looking to this also, I can tell there is a resistor R. Across that resistor, there is a potential R built. And from which side current is entering? It's very simple. Look at the polarity of potential built. Plus is here, minus is here. It must be entering from this side only. So looking to the potential polarity, this branch is experiencing entry of current from this side, I can write. Suppose it was like this. I just change the direction. I can tell plus is this side means current must be entering from this side. So this logic I will make use here. Whenever this current which I assume flowing in this closed loop, say I1, I2 by magnitude. When this I1 enters this, it creates a potential across this. I1 into 2, it is 0.4 into 2. Then what is the potential created here? Plus here, minus here. When the current enters here, it creates plus here, minus here. Naturally, like this convention. When the current enters, it creates a plus and minus in this fashion. When the current enters, plus and minus. Enters, plus and minus. Similarly, I can use this logic over. When the current enters this way, it creates plus here, minus here. It creates a plus here, it creates minus here. Clear? This is required very basically when we want to solve such potential difference between 2 points. Then the next logic is, once we find out these potentials, once we go to any one of the problems, suppose I solve here, V, X, Y, we want to work out. This is a reference. This is my expected destination. Clear? I want to work it out. How I will start working upon? Look at the point X is here, Y is here. Okay, Y, yes. From this I should go with this journey. Okay. From the potential point Y, go towards X. While you take a journey, ensure from the point Y, is it negative and positive like this only? It is. Origin is there, no need to correct it. Then it is 3 into 0.4. This works out 1.2 volt. Now what is the meaning of this? Potential of X is, let me write here. Potential of X is 1.2 volt higher than point Y. X is 1.2 volts higher than that of y. Very simple we used. Earlier we learned how to define a potential of a point. Now I am making use of that. So this I could do. Similarly, when I want to do Vx to z, so z is here. My journey will be different like this. From this point, I take a journey and I go up to this point. Z to x. Then how to start this? Let us take this example. So V x z. This must be minus to me. This must be plus to me. Clear? When I want to write this, let us put an equal sign. Take the point here. Is your beginning is with a minus here? Plus minus. No, it is not like your requirement. You require it to be like this. You require it to be like this. Originally it is not there. Then when it is required like this, one compensation you have to do. It becomes minus 4 from z to y. Then this part is finding incoming minus and plus. Originally minus and plus is there. It is like torch batteries in series. Minus incoming battery plus. Means minus plus, incoming battery minus plus, incoming battery minus plus, like that. Sequentially, I make them series additive fashion. Therefore, this plus is expecting a minus, naturally available. It is plus 3 into 0.4. This works out minus 4 plus 1.2. This becomes minus 2.8 volt. Minus 2.8 volt. What it means now? Potential of point x is 2.8 volt lower than point z. Potential of point x is 2.8 volt lower than that of z, is the meaning of that. Now, by chance, if I work now, potential of x to y, what I did, take potential of yx, what may be my answer? Will it be minus 1.2? Yes. If I work exactly potential of yx, this answer is going to be with one negative. Similarly, potential of zx, if I work, its value will be plus 2.8. Therefore, when I change the subscript position, the answer will get one negative. Therefore, we should be careful about that point. Similarly, once it is being done, I just take this symbol because these are tentative and which are not permanent. I delete this. Then Vxm, where is m? M is here. M to x. It is this way I need to go. This way. M to z, z to y, y to x. I may take roundabout also, but I use shortest. So V x m. This must be minus in my mind. This must be plus in my mind. I begin from this. M. Is my journey with a negative, positive? Yes, it is. This plus is expecting incoming part minus. Is it there? Not there. It is expected like this. Then this plus is finding a negative naturally and landing upon positive. Yes, it is. Only this requires correction. Minus, plus, which was not there, I compensated. Plus is finding a minus, plus. Done. Now I have to account it. It becomes 3 into 0.5 plus, it is becoming minus plus 3 into 0.4. This results you 1.5 minus 4 plus 1.2. This is 1.5, this is 1.2, and this is minus 4. This becomes 2.7. 2.7 minus 4. This represents minus 1.3. Yes. What is the meaning of this answer xm? Xm is having minus 1.3. It would mean potential of x is 1.3 volt lower than M. Potential of x is 1.3 lower than M. So therefore, let me write here, potential of point x is 1.3 volt lower than point M. Similarly, if I take xn, this side, x to n, it's very easy. Vxn, this is negative, this is positive. Here. So, before that, I should take this out, because these are my only temporary work, and I have to make it final as usual. Then I am here, xn, n is here, I want to go this way. Is my journey n to x with the minus plus over here, minus plus over here? No, opposite. I require it to be like this. This is my requirement. It is not there. Then it is minus 2 into 0.4. It is minus 0.8 volt. What it would mean to you? Point x is 0.8 volt less than n. Point x is 0.8 volt lower than point n. Now, xk, the largest, I just take this out as it is. Okay. X to k here. I think I should go this way, and this way. How to write this? So x to k works out v x k minus plus. So I shall write, beginning from here, minus plus accepted. This is not in this order. This is minus, this is plus accepted. This plus is finding a plus here, which I require like this. And this needs a correction. This plus is finding naturally minus and plus here. F to x valid. Only this requires correction. So this is like 4 minus 4 plus 3 into 0.4. This result u cancel out these two. This result 1.2 volt plus. And what you mean by this way? You got an answer plus here. It means potential of x is 1.2 volt higher than k. It is point x is 1.2 volt higher than k. That's a simple statement I can write. Potential of x is 1.2 volt higher than k. So this is how a potential of any point in an electric circuit is defined. Now you may find change in voltage sources, change in resistors, change in polarities of this potential will create a new problem for you. You can solve with a similar confidence. We can definitely get them. So therefore, please go through this particular concept carefully and try to find out similar solutions with you. Now I give an assignment to you. Take all these things opposite. What is that? Just I take up here. So assignment to you is what? You work it up. Find Vyx, Vzx, Vmx, Vnx, Vkx. Assignment. Exactly opposite. You have the answers of these things. You have to get these answers opposite to respective. Try. Can you reach the answer? This is your assignment. Means you try to work on a paper carefully, having understood this discussion, and we can do it. Okay? This is how things work for your. Find the current in various branches of the given network shown. It's like a hexagon ring. You can see here A, B, C, D, E, F. At each junction, you have current interacting, and each hexagon ring arm is having resistance. It is like a wire ring, 0.01 ohm, 0.02 ohm resistance is mentioned, and you have been marked with some directions of arrows. Okay. Now you are said to take a particular calculation of currents in all the branches and how to compute them. To take care of this, let's say junction A. At junction A, 100 ampere is entering. I don't know out of the 100 ampere how much current will go to the right of this, left of this, similarly at B, at C, at D, E, F, etc. We have to begin somewhere with some arbitrary assignment of current. Or in the problem, you might be given the current I like this A to B marked. It may be F to A or A to F marked. If it is marked, we should use the same. If it is not marked, I should use my own. For me, it is say A to B marked here. Now I have a simple concept. If I want to calculate the branch current AB, it is I itself. Now it is unknown. I have to find out. Well, let's look. A to B, I ampere is rushing. At junction B, 80 ampere is going outward. Then what has to go down? I minus 80 is the current flowing downward. This is called a distribution of current. I should do. When I have arbitrary current assumed over here, apply it to each junction and assign all the branch current in terms of I, then solve for that I. How it is being done? Like this way. Let us consider A to B I ampere. If it is already given, well and good. If not, you can assume wherever you like. But it is already marked on this paper. I am using the advantage. A to B I ampere. There is a departure of 80 ampere. Then I minus 80 is the current flowing downward. That I have marked here. You can check. 80 ampere goes down. What has to go down is I minus 80 ampere. Then at this junction, 90 ampere join you. I minus 80 is coming towards C and 90 ampere join you. Then what will lead towards D? You can just see I minus 80 plus 90. It will become I plus 10 leaving from C towards D. Can you see here? I minus 80 plus 90. Make it I plus 10 go towards D. At D, what happens? Look into this. 150 ampere depart out of you. You had I plus 10 from C towards D as per the calculation. At D, 150 leaves off. It becomes I plus 10 minus 150. Nothing but I minus 140 will move D towards E. You can see here, I have marked here. I plus 10 minus 150 means I minus 140 has to travel D towards E. At E, what is happening? 120 is joining you. 120 ampere is joining you. You had here I minus 140 and 120 ampere joins you. It means I minus 140 plus 120. It leaves you minus 20 here. I minus 20 moving upward towards F. Can you see here? Marking here. And from F, you look, 80 ampere is moving outward. 80 ampere is moving outward. Then here we had I minus 20 and minus 80 has taken. It becomes I minus 100 rushing towards F to A. F to A. Then at this junction A, what is coming towards A? I minus 100. What is added to you from junction A? 100. I minus 100 plus 100. What is the answer? I. I is going towards A to B. Then your assignment of current division went perfect. This you need to be careful. It need not be like this. I is marked there. You may mark I this side and start assembling your work if it is required. If it is given you as an instruction, you have to follow the path of the examiner. So, my friends, AB is marked here on the problem. Hence, I referred the direction as per the KCL at each junction and taking care of the current meeting at a junction, I could write current flowing through each branch of the hexagon ring of resistance. Now my question is, find out the current I. To do that, apply a KVL to this closed loop. In the closed loop, there is no voltage source. When I want to write KVL, algebraic sum of the voltage equal to algebraic sum of the IR. I know, marking. R is each ohm mentioned on the ring. I into R, I into R. I can write KVL. Look into this, how I have written. The currents are distributed in the various branches as shown. Then I want to write KVL for this. No doubt, here marking of potential 0 equal to what? We should say. So what I will do, I will not refer this, I will just convey you. 0 equal to potential 0 equal to 0.02 into I plus 0.02 into I minus 80 plus 0.03 into I plus 10 plus 0.02 into I minus 140 plus 0.01 into I minus 20 plus 0.01 into I minus 100, which I will equate it to 0, which you have here. Author has taken content of that LHS side and RHS side. Shipment has happened. No matter. You can follow our own concept. Drops have been taken minus. Okay. So what I said, resistance into current plus resistance into current plus resistance into current, resistance into current, resistance into current, resistance into current. When you add, it should be equal to potential here. What is the potential in this closed loop? 0. When you simplify that I works out to be 48.18 ampere. Then what is your IAB for your problem? 48.18. But what was your task? Branch current in various branches. A to B, B to C. So what is BC current? I minus 80. Then to do that, look into this work. On solving you got I. What is BC? I minus 80. Substitute I here. Is minus 31.8. What it indicates to you? You assumed that B to C is down. But it is minus means it is not B to C. It is in fact C to B. That's the minus indication here. We will not worry about that. Because your beginning may be correct. Beginning may be just opposite to the actual. One negative sign indicates the same. Therefore, will not make any confusion and will just accept them as minus 31.82. Then ICB, I can write it. You can see it. BC is 31.82. What is ICB? C to B, 31.82. Likewise, I can write all the currents which I have marked here, I minus I plus. I'll position the value of I in that position and I'll compute it. This way, I can calculate current through each of the branches of this hexagon ring. So you should be very, very careful in doing this kind of work. Okay, my friends, that's one example which I have shown to you.